Hi guys, welcome to Prof K YouTube channel. So let's continue with the vector we're dealing with. Today we'll be talking about components of a vector in three mutually perpendicular directions. So today we'll be talking about components of a vector in three mutually perpendicular directions. So I'll be giving you three formulas here. There are more than that, but for now let's just deal with these three formulas. So the first one, modulus or magnitude of a vector. You know, I told you, if you are told modulus, it's the same thing as what magnitude. So they can use any word, either they use modulus or they use magnitude. So it's the same thing. So modulus or magnitude of a vector, of just one vector. So how do you calculate it? Let's say we have a vector I equals to, you just square root of x squared plus y squared plus z squared. Just know the formula often. S squared, square root of s squared plus y squared plus z squared. So you just square each of those components there, then put a square root. So that is just how you calculate for modulus or magnitude of the vector. Now, direction cosine. Direction, don't forget, direction cosine is different from angle. You know, if you are told to look for the angle, it's different from if you are told to look for the direction cosine. So you get. So how do you calculate for direction cosine? Just have three formulas. So cos alpha will be what? Equals to x over the magnitude of that vector, which is square root of s squared plus y squared plus z squared. So cos beta will be what? Y over the magnitude. That's square root of s squared plus y squared plus z squared. Then cos gamma will be what? Z over the magnitude. Sure you get. So that's just how you calculate for direction cosine. Cos alpha, cos beta, and cos gamma. So these are just formula. And note something. You can check your answer after you have gotten the direction cosine. You can check. So you can check. So cos alpha now. Cos square, note something. Cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is all equals to what? 1. So when you are through with solving for everything, cos alpha, cos beta, you've gotten for cos gamma, you can check your answer. So square it. Cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is all equals to what? 1. So take note of that. So the last one, distance between 2 points. Distance between 2 points. Given that A is this, given that vector A is x1I plus y1I, y1j plus z1k, and vector B is equals to x2I plus y2j plus z2k. So AB now, how do you get AB? You know I told you distance between 2 points. That will be B minus A, right? So that will just be x2 minus x1. Then I outside, abi? Y2 minus y1. Then J outside, then z2 minus z1. Then k. That's not even the formula. I'm just trying to prove the formula for you. So if you are told to look for the distance between 2 points, this is just the formula. Magnitude of AB equals to a square root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 all square plus z2 minus z1 all square. That's just how you calculate for the magnitude. So that's how you calculate for the distance between 2 points. It's something similar to magnitude. Magnitude is just between 1 point, abi? But why distance between 2 points? This is just the formula. Sure you get it. This for magnitude, just say x square plus y square plus z square. But if it's for distance between 2 points, that will be x2 minus x1 all square plus y2 minus y1 all square plus z2 minus z1 all square. So that's just the formula. Just put those formula off hand. There are a lot of formulas you must put off hand. So just put that formula off hand. Before you can pass mathematics very well, you must know nothing less than 70 formulas off hand. If you want to pass mathematics very well, so you must know nothing less than 70 formulas off hand. So please take note of those formulas. For modulus or magnitude, know the formula off hand. For direction cosine, know the formula off hand. For distance between 2 points, know the formula off hand. There are a lot of formulas you still come across. So let's pick this example. Example 1 now. If vector A is equals to 2I plus 2j minus k, and vector B equals to 3I plus 4k. Take note, something is missing here, abi? It's in 3 components, but something is missing for B. What's missing? J. J is missing, right? So for B now, what will be the value for J? 0j. Sure you get. That is the value for J. Now find the first one, the distance between A and B. Roman numeral 1, the distance between A and B. Roman numeral 2, magnitude of A and B. Magnitude of A and B. Then Roman numeral 3, the direction cosines of what? Of A and B. Direction cosines of A and B. So let's trash it out. Solution. Now, for Roman numeral 1, the distance between A and B, don't forget, just put the formula direct. So what's the formula for distance between A and B? So let's say magnitude AB. Abi? The distance between, don't forget, this one is between 2 points now. So what will it be now? That will be square root of x2 minus x1 all square plus what? Plus y2 minus y1 all square plus z2 minus z1 all square. Shey you get? So now what's the next thing? The next thing here is to locate your x1, your y1. Okay, now let's bring it out. Let's say we have vector A, we have 2i. I'm bringing out the question o, plus 2j minus k. Then vector B, we have 3i. Don't forget j here is missing, right? So what did I say the value for j is? Plus 0j, right? Then plus 4k. Now, this is the first point, A. So you can say technically, similarly, this is x1, this is y1, and this is what? Z1. Then you can say this is what? X2, this is y2, and this is what? Z2. So yeah, what will be the value for your x1? Your x1 will be what? 2, right? Your x1 will be 2. Your y1 will be what? Your y1 will be what? 2 also, plus 2, right? Then your z1 will be what? What is the value in front of this k? We are just picking just the value, not the component. So your z1 here will be what? What is the value in front of k? Invisible 1. So your z1 will be what? Minus 1. Don't forget, it will be, you have to take it with the sign. If you make that mistake, you are gone. Oh. So you have to take it with the sign. Your z1 here will be what? Minus 1. So for B, so x2 here will be what? 3, y2 will be what? 0, then z2 will be what? 4. So let's just write it out. Where x1 is what? Our x1, what do you call our x1? 2. Our x2 is what? 3. Our y1 is what? 2. Our y2 is what? 0. Then our z1, is what? Don't forget, I say you take it with the sign, minus 1, right? So you take it with the sign, minus 1. Then our z2 is what? 4. Our z2 is 4. So this is just parameters out. So magnitude AB will now be equal to square root of x2 minus x1. What's our x2? 3. That will be 3 minus 2. Don't forget you square it. Don't forget to. Then y2 is what? 0 minus 2. Then square. Then here z2 is what? 4 minus. This is minus is the one here. Then what now our z1? Minus 1 again. What do? You put it in bracket. Then you square. So here will be 3 minus 2 square. 0 minus 2 square. So here will now be what? 4 plus 1. Minus and minus will give us what? Plus now, Abi. Plus 1. Then square. So 3 minus 2 square will give us what? 1. Then square plus 0 minus 2 give us what? Minus 2 square. Then plus 4 plus 1 will give us what? 5. Then square. So that will be giving us 1 square is what? 1. Minus 2 square is what? 4. Don't forget, minus 2 square is what? 4. When you want to press it inside calculator, you have to put it in brackets. So if you have calculator with you, try to press minus 2 square. So there are some people that will get minus 4. The answer is not minus 4. Don't go and get minus 4. When you press minus 2 square, you want to put inside calculator. What do you have to do? You have to put the minus 2 inside bracket and put the square outside. Sure you get. So, but if you just go and press minus 2 and you now put square, it's not like something is wrong with the calculator. It's what you press with the calculator will bring out for you. Because what you press is minus 2 square. If you are telling the calculator that what? The square is only for what? 2. Sure you get. So if you press it, if you just press minus 2 square, you are trying to tell the calculator that what? The square is only for what? 2. So what will it give you? It will give you minus 4, which you are wrong. So, but if you want to press something like this, what do you have to do? You have to put it in bracket and put the square outside. So, meaning you are telling the calculator that what? The square is outside, meaning the square will affect both the minus and the 2. So, what will the calculator give you? To give you what? Plus 4. So, please take note. Take note when you are pressing the calculator. So, please take note. So, plus 5 square will give us what? 25. So, which will be all be equals to 1 plus 4 is what? 5 plus 25 is 30. So, that will give us square root of what? 30. So you can leave it like that. If you are doing CBT, you can just go for your answer. So if it's in decimal, you can press the calculator. But this is our answer here. So now the next one is magnitude of A and B. When you are told to look for the magnitude of A and B, you are not just looking for the magnitude of the two together. Shey you get? Don't forget magnitude is always like one component, each component. So you will look for the magnitude of A separate, and you look for the magnitude of what? B separate. So for 2 now, magnitude of A, let's get for magnitude of A first. So what will be the magnitude of A? Don't forget the formula is what? Square root of what? S square plus Y square plus Z square. Shey you get? Just pick the value, not the component, just pick the value. So yeah, what's our A? This is our A, right? So our A is 2i plus 2j minus k. So what's our x here? Our x here is what? 2. So that will be 2 square plus what's our y? 2 plus 2 square plus what's our z? I told you our z is what? Minus 1 square. So what will it be giving us? Square root of 4 plus 4 plus what? 1. Don't forget minus 1 square will give you what? 1. So that will give us square root of what? 9, which will give us what? 3, which will give us 3. So this is the answer. So magnitude of B, what will it be? Square root of still the same formula, s square plus y square plus z square. Now square root of, so what's our B here? Our x here is what? 3, right? That will be 3 square plus what's our y here? Our y here, we don't have y. So meaning our y here is what? 0 square plus our z here is what? 4 square. So that will be square root of 9 plus 0 plus 16. Should give us square root of 25. And that will be giving us what? 5. That will be giving us 5. So we are done with the magnitude of A and B. Magnitude of A and B. That's how you calculate magnitude. So once the question says find the magnitude of so, or find the modulus, just know how you calculate it. Just straightforward. Square root of square each of the component there. So now the last one, direction cosine. The direction cosines of A and B. When you are looking for the direction cosines of A and B, you are looking for the direction cosines of A separate and direction cosine of what? B. So don't forget, how do you get direction cosine of A? Let's start with direction cosine. Direction cosine of what? Of A. Direction cosine of A. So how do you get the direction cosine of A? Now, I told you cos alpha separate. Cos alpha is what? X over the magnitude of that vector they are telling you. Cos beta is what? Y over the magnitude of that vector they are telling you. Then cos gamma is what? Z over the magnitude of that vector they are telling you. So what was cos alpha going to be? Cos alpha will not be what? What is x? You know, we are doing a direction cosine of A. This is A here. And this is the magnitude. So what was our x here? Our x here will be what? 2 over, what is the magnitude? 3. That's all. You are done. Then cos beta. Cos beta is what? Y. What is the value of y here? In A. In A, that will be what? 2 over, what's the magnitude? 3. Then cos gamma is, what's cos gamma? That's Z. What's the value for Z in A? That's minus 1. Don't forget, it's minus 1. You have to take with the sign. Get used to it. Then minus 1 over 3. That's all. You are done with the direction cosine of A. Direction cosine of A. Now, direction cosine of vector B. Direction cosine of vector B. Now let's try it. Cos alpha. Cos alpha will be what? X. What is the value for x in B? That was 3 over, what is the magnitude? 5. 3 over 5. That's all. Cos beta will be what? Cos beta will be what? What's the value for y here? You know there's no y. So what's the value for y? 0. So that's 0 over 5. And which is also what? 0. Then cos gamma. What's cos gamma? Z. What's our z? 4 over 5. And that's how you get the direction cosine. So now let's check. Don't forget I said cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equals to 1 for direction cosine. Now let's check if we're actually going to get 1. Let's check with this for direction cosine of A. So let's square each of cos alpha 2 over 3 square plus 2 over 3 square plus minus 1/3 square. Now, you know the square will affect the numerator, the square will affect the denominator. So here will be what? 4/9. Here will be what? 4/9. And here will be what? Minus 1 square is what? Don't forget it will be 1/9. The LCM is what?